for more videos.
Welcome back, everyone, to some more Manor Lords. We are back, and this is the major, I said that last time, this is an even more major update. It's really hard to see. Hold on, let me get the bottom right into a shadowy spot. It's on a new patch. There we go. There, it's on the road. Down here. Early access 7.956. Now, we're in February, and there is at least 3 months worth of me discussing the changes just to get through. So I'm going to leave it on slow speed for a second. There was a ton of changes, an absolute ton of changes. One of the things that's going to freak people out the most is that he added this. And I mean in a good way. I can now tell these people that they can't sell their goods at the market directly. That's all you really have to say. No, there's lots more. Huge improvements. So there was some issues. Now basically what happens basically is that if now we look here, see how these people down here are not starving? What has happened? What kind of voodoo have you done, Drake? Yeah, I just patched the game. I mean, I just updated to the newest patch. Voodoo fixes, you know, it's all sorted now. What was happening is there was issues where this check to see if all the plots had been delivered their food, right? So there's food variety of now 100. I didn't change anything. Previous save, this was like 82.
Step right up and sell.
What was happening is they would look to see, did this house get delivered berries? And that would be done by a stall or market piece, and oftentimes they would double it up. So they'd end up using multiples. Even a single family dwelling, they would use multiple checks. It would consume multiple checks. So basically, if this stays full, so does the food variety. So we now no longer have catastrophically low and doom and sadness for the food variety. The other thing is we can adjust the, we can add more markets, or more stalls, sorry, more storehouses and granaries to make sure that all of these stalls are full. Right now I'm fine with the stalls being full. I haven't seen a major issue with people not being able to work because they're off doing stalls. There's a reason there's 3 of them in the family, but having this alone is amazing. But what we can do now is we can tell these shops not to deliver stuff, right? So we can say, you don't run a food stall. Right, we are currently transporting, resting at home, waiting. Okay, but the families here might at some times do food stalls. Yeah, peddling and peddling. So they're transporting goods to the food stalls, but they can be transporting it from their homes all the way there. They can get them from the warehouses and whatnot, but they basically run a stall and then they act like the granary worker. Which is, the rest of the family can act like the granary worker, which is where the bottleneck comes in. You see this family, not this one, it was this one, right? You see how this family has 2 peddling stalls. So there's 2 stalls here trying to sell food stalls, I imagine. Let's see if Christina is at a food stall. She is indeed. Okay, and go back to her home. And I believe it was right here. And then we have Herman also. Herman is where? At a clothing stall? Really? No, at this one? Okay, Herman is at a clothing stall. Interesting. No, that's Christina. This one. Is this what you jumped to? Yeah, that's Herman peddling. Okay. So Herman is running a clothing stall. So why is Herman running a clothing stall if he lives down here? Probably because the jobs he's assigned to warehouse worker and a granary worker. Okay, that's a bad example. That's a terrible example, Drake. Oh man. Let's see. This guy's bartering. Okay. Your assignment is pack station worker. Good, let's look at those. Pack stations have been changed. There was, unbeknownst to me, a major bug where instead of doing what it says, doing the bartering, something had changed where they were actually buying and selling. So they would take the product and still charge the money instead of just switching the items, which is probably part of the problem over here in Pinewood Glen. They were getting issues where there was no export. They shouldn't have been losing any regional wealth, and they were tanking it badly. Like, they were severely losing regional wealth in the trade. On the trade front, major changes. Let's see. I've got an entire page of notes. It's just nuts. Let's just go through a few things. 100% goods on the market now equals 100% coverage. Right? This food variety is now properly covered, covering 100% because there are 4 foods being delivered at full market. So it doesn't matter now you can have burgage plots that are doubles like we have down here and tier 3 without wrecking your ability to provide the markets. So these guys get their food as long as all the houses get the food, as long as all of the food potential is filled. So if I have 55 lots or properties, burgage plots in town, which I do here, then right now I'm providing 5 varieties of food to all 55 plots. Not double, no houses are double dipping on that number, which is amazing. That's such a big change. That one in and of itself makes me more excited than before to even finish this series out. Like, my first thought when I listened to this patch was, guess we need to do another series after this, because it's amazing. Construction reserve was set on craftsmen. So now we can have, where would our craftsman a good example be? Down here. Amazing stuff. Let's look at, let's let time run a little bit. Our blacksmith, for instance, we have the option apparently to set a reserve. There it is, construction reserve. So there is a construction reserve on the planks. So if I want him to make sure that whatever you're building, now those swords aren't a good example, of course, because we've got probably a copious amount of this. UI is messed up here. It's a little too big. Something's wonky there. We have 51 swords now, so we don't need that many. We are supposed to be exporting, and we'll talk about that differently later, but we're supposed to be exporting other stuff. We have a ton of pole arms. Let's switch to spears. And now if we said, okay, you can do spears, they take one iron slab and 1 plank, but we want to make sure that there is always reserve that will never be used. So reserve will never be used so that enough resources are left for construction. So if this number of planks drops below this number, these guys stop making. So we can set, we can't enter that number. That's a little odd. I'll make that a 20 reserve on planks. Lovely. That's it. They're good. Now, what else? Construction reserves. Yes. Recruitment. So last time I was going through here, and I had what I thought was a bug when I was running some tests and things. I thought there was a bug where I had taken, what was it? Or was it one of our units? I had clicked on the unit and I accidentally hit the remove unit instead of rallying. I think is what I was doing. I was moving them around. Instead of rallying them, I removed the unit. So it just canceled it, which was fine. I could just make it again, except for you can't. Or you couldn't until this patch. The design was that you would have 6 maximum militia, which is still the case, but it used up some of those 6 slots if you had retinue in there first. And if you had militia in the list actively on there, that would consume your militia slots. So now I could build another group and another group, and then it would do this noise. So I don't want those ones, but I could have 2 more militias. So that's nice. That balances that out. Pack stations. The big change in the pack stations. One of the big changes is that your people walking around, these guys right here. Heinz, hello Hans, he can now move 5 units, not 1 unit. He's not selling with 1 unit at a time when he goes back and forth. So it used to be they would just run around with 1 unit, which is part of the big bottleneck. They were supposed to be able to carry, they're supposed to be able to carry 5 now. In the same with trading posts. So without a horse, a family that runs these the stuff to the edge of the market, at the edge of town, like this guy way the heck over here, who's running down, he's supposed to be running down the King's Road. Apparently, he's not. That's weird. He's supposed to be running on the King's Road, but of course he's off in the boonies. That's how he transports stuff. Good job, dude. Anyways, transporting. I guess I can't see, right? Trade, transporting tools. So he should now be able to run 5 tools at a time on foot, and if he has a horse, he can run 50 max of one item. So he can still only run just tools or whatever, but he can run 50 of the buggers. So that's awesome. We have 2 animals here, 2 animals actually assigned here. That's great. So the people doing the trading is much more efficient now. Way more efficient. In fact, so much more so that I could honestly drop one of those units off the list. We just had something big happen. What'd I miss? New development point. Waldbrand has finished its 2nd burgage plot. Awesome. They had this and this. Okay, so now they can do the mail. Wonderful, wonderful. I love it. Okay, so more updates. The route costs have now been set to linear. So we can see it the most over here in our trade routes in Ravenhold. Opening new trade routes was costing us in and around the 3,000 and 4,000 marker because it was exponentially increasing. Now this one's plate armor. I think it was 6,000 or 7,000 before the patch. So basically, you add a new one, it goes up a set amount instead of goes up multiplicatively. So you don't get, it's not exponential. It's a linear progression. So it might go up by, I don't know, 50 or 100 or whatever, but each time it goes up that amount instead of that amount getting bigger and it getting absolutely unreasonable. So now you can do more centralized trade and you can do more interregional trade. Another thing, the trade is hugely different because this that I was complaining about before and whining about like a little twit, not just this opening up, but now look, this has not got a route. It does require a route. Okay, so never trade this good or go ahead and export this good now, or import this good. I could import Gambison, or actually it's a bad idea. Let's go to import something we actually want. Import helmets. Okay, we want to import helmets and we want to import mail shirts to maintain 50. Let's maintain 40 actually, because that's the number per group, and we'll maintain 40 of those, and we'll maintain 40 of those. Now, right now, because I don't have a merchant, this has to be transported with a merchant. These are top tier items. I don't know if there's an indication when this matters. This needs to let you know. I don't think it does right now. It doesn't let you know. Okay. Some items like this, okay, I can open a trade route. Yeah, I can set this right now. However, it's not telling me that there is a limiting factor here. So where is it going to show me? I've got it. He must have put this in. No, it doesn't look like he did. Oh yes, there we go. Okay, here's where it shows. It doesn't clarify this, but watch this. If I go to full trade, oh no, never mind, it doesn't. Never mind. So what I'm getting at is that it's not telling me that if I try to buy these helmets, I won't be able to buy them from the open market or from the international market, so to speak, off map, the external trade. It's only regional trade right now. Now, even if I've got this checked this way, it's still not going to get free merchants to come and pick this item up because I don't have a trade route, and this is an item that requires a trade route. That's what I'm understanding, but I could be wrong on that, but I think that's the deal. So we've now set it to import mail armor and helmets so that when we produce them in Waldbrand, have they ever fixed this? This doesn't have a... See this? There's arrows to swap between things. They don't work. Put it a little frilly something else instead of an arrow, because it doesn't jump between cities. And I feel like that's what that was supposed to do, but it doesn't. Waldbrand here now is able to make both pieces of the basic armor, so the helmets and the mail. I mean, they can't yet because we only have the buildings just prepped, just building. But when they are able to export that, we can go over here, and without setting up a trade route, without setting up an international trade route, look at the price difference, cheapers, we can set these to export. So when over 0, export those, and when over 0, export those. See? So those will get sent out to our neighboring province. Love it. Okay. What else has changed so much? It's ridiculous. Yeah, the wealth transfer bug was fixed for the pack animals. I told you about that one. Sheep breeding has been reduced. Now, we didn't get into much sheep breeding I was looking at getting sheep breeding going over here, thinking about getting sheep breeding going over here. We might still do that. But what, oh, this is still buggy. He didn't find this bug. That's my own little bug. I'm not sharing. I don't know what it is. They don't die. Nobody ever dies of frost over there. They just always complain about being cold. It's that one family that's thin-blooded. But sheep breeding is now capped, so you can only have 1 lamb per 10 days, which is still like a lot. That's still, what is that, 36 animals a year, if I'm getting that right? I think so, yeah. Yeah, it's still like 30-something animals a year. Which is enough. I would have been surprised if I got more than that. But apparently, the more sheep you had, the more they bred, and it just got ridiculous. So that's been nerfed, which is good. King's taxes changed. So previously, it emphasized taxing you heavily, taxing your citizens more as your town increased in size. So a level 1 small village got basically no king's contributed basically nothing to the king's tax. Now, our total taxes dropped by over half, it wasn't necessary, but now it's the total number of people that matters, and the duration. So we are at year 6, so we're now getting king's tax. Up to year 5, you will not. From 5 to 10, there's a 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and then 15 plus. I think it's like 1 coin per citizen, and in total for your empire, or for your whatever, your entire domain, your barony, and then it's 2 for the second tier, so from years 10 to 15, and then 3 from year 15 and on, per population. Instead of it mattering that this is a large town versus a small village, 10 people in a small village, at year 15, those 10 people will still be charged, you'll still be charged 15 for those 10 people. In a large village, it'll be the same. So it encourages more growth. The taxes get higher as your barony grows. So the archers were buffed again, a little bit better. And people don't fetch water from now. For my towns, they usually have to fetch water from 1 spot. But if I had 2 different if I had a well over here, and the person that was over here decided they need to fetch water, they wouldn't randomly decide, I'm going to go over here, and just randomly pick the furthest away water to fetch. That's helpful. It's not a big deal, but it's obviously the way we thought it should work. But the biggest one has been the buffs to the farming. So there is slight viability for, like I could set up in Waldbrand, I could actually set up a Emmer proper farm, even in like this lame turf. It doesn't look different to you. Where is the pluses and the minuses? Did he change the visual? He did. Oh, look at that. Okay. There used to be like the pluses and 1 plus, 2 plus, 3 pluses sort of thing. But this area is okay. We could grow Emmer like even out here. It would be poor. But flax and barley fertility, way more punishing if you're trying to grow those flax and barley outside of their proper domains, and that's not it's still the same thing, that the fertility does not improve over time, which to me is a major flaw, because that is the whole purpose of running farm fields. That's the whole point of actual gardening. Now, this is not a modern thought, but you don't have to add anything to ground if you farm it right to make it more productive over the years. You get a farm of barley and wheat and canola and whatever else you're growing. The plants growing in that thing take some nutrients out of the soil and add other nutrients back into the soil, and you rotate crops so that they grow. What happens is, if you continuously grow in the same space, in real life, not in the way people think it happens and the way it happens in most video games, in real life, that soil gets better over time. If, however, you put artificial fertilizers in there and you grow the same crop over and over again, that soil dies, and you pesticide and kill everything living under there just to grow your plant. That's not viable. But this era didn't have that, so soil should be getting better. So if this is bad fertility right now, for instance, in reality, if this is poor fertility right here for barley, or this is bad flax ground, if I grew flax in here consistently, not every season, but properly took care of the soil, this would increase its capacity year after year to produce flax. The ground doesn't get harder or worse or incapable of doing its job. It gets better with use if you properly farm. So in these eras, they farmed very, very much on how the soil works. However, Off that rant, what happens, major changes, the fertility is actually higher overall. So a flax field now is throwing 60s instead of like 20s and 30s, and our wheat is sitting at 80. That's awesome, 80s and 70s. So we're going to get higher yields. But the rate at which your fallow responds is better. It responds better, returns to its yield better. If you automate your farms like we have now, and your farms are on a rotating cycles like these, or some similar sort of like barley, flax, wheat, that sort of thing, they'll have a chance to recover each of those fertility types. Basically, each of those base nutrients will recover with just rotating crops now. And you can leave them on automate, and that's good. A couple big changes. You saw last season, our last video, I think, where they would go through and they would harvest the field. Right, this field, they might harvest the... Oh, that's a bad choice. It's fallow. They might harvest this entire field. And then what they do is they harvest it, and then they pick up all the stuff and bring it back to there, and then they go to the next field to harvest. That's changed. They've now prioritized harvesting over transporting, which is great. Yeah, basically, also the trees have been reduced. They've been nerfed a little, so you have to spend more time getting your trees operational. So we got to make sure that we have a really good, hefty forestry department. I zoomed out too far on that. Yeah, we gotta have a big focus on more forestry, which is good. Foresters, I should say. We have 2 here as well. Good. So yeah, as long as we keep planting more trees and we get, you know, kind of max this out, we should be okay. I could use to put another forester down over this way. I think I will, because this place is heavily dependent on its capacity to do forestry work. So when you build a building, you can now actually build a building. And oh yeah, we had the marketplace we were going to expand, which we don't need to now. Go away, silly extra marketplace. Oh yeah, that's forager's hut, not forester's hut. Did I put the wrong one in? That's forester. Good. Yeah, so major changes. I can put my notes aside, but that is a amazing amount of overhauls. Like just grossly changed the game for the better. Very well done, Greg and team. I think there's a lot of people working with him on bug fix finding, and the community is really actively involved in it. There's some real core crew stepping up the game and making it work. So that is incredible. These places need Burgage Plot level 3s, and they need more Burgage Plot 2s if they're going to grow. I can add a couple more 2s, but I'm not going to add any more 3s at the moment. The 2s can be expanded down here. Fill those out as this comes online. There we go. These guys are going to let the requirements be met first, and then hopefully they'll be able to get to having one. Ooh, Pinewood Glen is leveled up. Excellent. As long as their food requirements start getting met here, they should be able to upgrade these, and that's where we'll put in our smithies. Let's have a look at Pinewood. Look at you with your new points. Lovely. So we can make advanced beekeeping. Go continue down the beekeeping category. So, okay, I read this wrong. I see. Okay, this is just an upgrade to turn these into also produce wax. Cool. But we didn't make these, as was so kindly commented on. I didn't make it. I didn't ever make one, which was oops. So let's fix that slight blunder. We'll put this guy in here. Lovely. Excellent. Let's get that connected down to let's get that like this. Nice. Okay. We also I was thinking of putting sheep in over here. Let's do that. Where are we going to put them? I think it'd be nice. Are we able to move this stuff? We had the second market. I'm going to delete that second market because we do not need it now. I do want another family in each of these. Oh no, there's 3 of the 3. That's good. I could move the saw pit. I'm looking for a place to put... Well, how do I do that? I want to have a place to put a sheep farm. I'm thinking a sheep pen right in here would be nice. Let's have a look. That's a farmhouse. I want the sheep house. Let's say we put the sheep house somewhere like in here. Let's do this. Boom. It'll look nice. It'll be probably less than practical, but it'll look nice.
Well, perhaps it was simply a bad bet. These things
And we'll go like this. And I actually want this to like curve past this one. Nice. Yes, excellent. And then this is going to just twist down almost uselessly around here. Boop. Right? And then this little patch, actually, why don't we get these guys an extra worker, and let's get them to focus in right behind here. And let's get these trees that are behind the spot here chopped up. I need a space to buy and sell those animals, so we'll need a market. Oh, we need a animal trading post. Let's pop that. Snap to grid, please. Let's pop that like out of the way here. It only need it for a little bit because this town is probably going to add another job to breed sheep. There we go. I haven't done it yet, so I'd like to do it. I've only done it in other test games. How's the market doing here now? Or it's providing? Good, good. It's providing everybody with their foods. So right now these guys are demanding only 2, I believe. So the 4 food slots is great. I don't even know that the limiting... well, it's 20, but it's only providing 80%. Why? Why? Oh, because you guys are requiring a second type. Right. These are tier 2 buildings, which means they do need a second type of stuff. So that's fine. The sheep will do that for us. Once we get this over here done, and we'll get that prioritized, once we get that merchant buy thing place in, that'll be good. That's the words for it. A trading center for... Look at that. Nice work. Nice work, everybody. A trade center for that would be good. We could put a well somewhere else as well, or not. I don't remember if there was another spot for wells. No, there isn't. There's kind of a one run of water through this area. Oh, hello. Waldbrand's running out of food. Well, we got to deal with that. Hi, Waldbrand. Why are you running out of food? Well, it's February, and we didn't exactly do well with last year's food supply, so that's what's happening here. We are legitimately not having enough food. The eggs are saving our bacon, if that makes any sense. We do have hunting going. Yeah, we have 1 family hunting. We don't have much for huntable animals, though. Looks like the bloomery is online. Good. We can start using some of this iron now. Alright, I wanted a storehouse here. Let's take the iron supplies out of this large storehouse. So it can't do iron ore or iron slab. Or tools or armor. Good. Excellent. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. So we have retinues, I think, fully fleshed out in each place. Are all of our retinues done? They are. Good. That one's done. I think these were the older ones. I'm pretty sure we had the Glen set up, yeah? Yeah, we did. Okay, good. So we have the 3 retinues, plus we've got the militia from the capital if we need to muster the militia. The other towns don't need to have militia, really. Is this... Oh, where's my other thing? Hold on. That's not what I wanted. Not where I wanted that. Or maybe it was, but let's change it. Let's do snap, please. Oh, are you kidding me? You're not gonna fit? Yeah, you'll fit there. Why are you not snapping for me? There you go. Boom. Excellent. Now, get that done. So all 3 of these burgage plots should have their food stuffs met once we have food in the new season. That'll be great. We have enough gardens to get everything working. There, we have all of these guys on chicken. Actually, I can shut this off and do this way. Oh no, it doesn't show me, eh? It doesn't show me what's in the backyard. That would be nice to have a little icon in there too. We are short on some, but these I think were all the goats. Yeah, and these are all chicken. They're actually doing okay with these 5 getting enough eggs to provide us. That's impressive. We have a total of 26 houses here. That's a good chunk of them. So that is 24 should be properties, eh? Do we have 24 plots? That's 10 along here. And 15, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, we have 24 plots plus the 2... Huh? Royal tax increase. Oh. Okay. Maybe that was just an update because, like, we didn't just hit year 5 or anything. Spring year 6. Oh, maybe this is the beginning of... No. I don't know. That was probably just warning me because it had just gone active, so... Alright, so here's the thing with our fields. If we do this right, we do the work mostly not at the beginning of the year. There's basically nothing that happens at the beginning of the year. There should be workers needed to maintain the fields, but they're not into that extent, because most of your stuff is like weeding and watering and all that sort of stuff. Well, not watering for farm fields like that, but weeding and even other things done throughout the year. But in this case, the way it works is that we want the plants to be put in after each harvest. So if this field is going to be, that's a bad example, if this field's fallow right now, once it becomes usable, once the season changes, they'll go to work on this field. So we have a massive harvest and farm time in the fall, and then nothing basically. So it's more time spent on farming than on anything in the fall on farming than on any other time of the year put together. So when the harvest time comes, these things will grow throughout the year. Once they get 100% growth, they'll wait for harvest time to happen, and then harvest will hit. They'll cut them all down, and then they'll replant them according to the rotation schedule we have. So, yay. It's March. I'm going to put 1 person back on that. And where's our hunter? Down this way. Hunters aren't... Well, yeah, we could do the hunter there. Now, what I'm going to do is say this. Don't you or you participate in those food delivery jobs, okay? That's great. Thanks. Our food sales jobs. So we won't have our granary, our guys supposed to be running the forage, or foresters rather, not foresters, foragers. The foragers won't be running off to try to do market work. Same with this guy, and this guy. Now, this is a rich supply. We'd love to have some more people there. How are you doing over here? Do we need a second on you? Maybe? 12? No, probably not. How's the tannery work going here? We are getting the tannery done. So again, this guy doesn't need to be delivering or doing selling, because the storehouse guys can have 1 firewood and one stall for firewood and 1 stall for clothing can be delivered by those guys, and that'll be enough. Like, you just don't need more than that. Now, if you have a limited number of stalls that need to be refilled repeatedly, right? We need to be having more than just well, actually, we're doing okay on the clothing. We need to have redundancy, but not as much as we did. We don't need to have 14 people running clothing stalls and 5 people running food stalls and 2 people running, or 12 people running charcoal, you know, to feed the needs of the city. That's why a central market is a thing, because it's supposed to centralize the market. Who'd have thunk? This one up here. Oh yes, we did not finish our woodcutter up there, and we are just about out of firewood. This town is going to run out of firewood in 1 month time. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. New members in Ravenhold. Excellent. Okay, so down here we have the storehouse here, which definitely will have workers working there. You guys should not do market. Oh, that's interesting. Where's my... Thought the burgage plots were allowed to let me do that. Where did my controls go for the burgage plots? Do they have to have people before they can be told not to sell?
Summer's coming soon. And soon the peating...
Or do they have to have a... Oh, they have to have a extension. We told not to sell stuff at the market. Got it. So you could have, 10 berry people and have it all delivered to the granary and just have an extra granary. Have it all delivered to the granary and let that be where the food is gathered from. So, let's see. Do we get our woodcutters back in? Not yet, huh? Yep. Aldran's running out of fuel. I know that. We need some construction workers over here, please. Somebody? Yes. There's the lumber's going to get down there. Good. Okay, now the people should come and work on it. Come on, somebody get down that road. Get down there. There we go. Excellent. Look at that old barn raising. Whoopah! Yes, excellent. We have the ability to give our people some firewood again. Hooray! We'll get a little bit of a stockpile of firewood and cut down those numbers, and we're going to be doing charcoal, of course. So I'd like to start by deforesting this section back here for this guy. So go up that way, please and thank you. In fact, we could go with no, that's enough families for now. The bigger issue is food. So we have veg and berries, and we do have another berry family available. Good. Hunters are hunting. Lovely. Okay, if this burgage plot gets all of its requirements met, like some food, we'll be able to do something with that. I'm going to take one off the mining here. We have already stockpiled 48 ore. We got one guy going on the bloomery, family working on the bloomery. Good. And then I'm going to put an extra family even on the berries. Wonderful. Okay, so now these guys can more effectively transport and export. So let's look to each of these cities and make sure they each have the appropriate number of horses. I know the Ravenhold one does. These guys have their horses. Make sure you put those two animals in there. They don't have any livestock, so let's go and buy one, and we'll come back to the other one. How are we doing on the supply? There we go. Look at that. Speaking of livestock, wonderful. I want to import. Let's say we import 4 sheep. That should be fine. That's all I really need to do. Just import 4 sheep, please. And then, oh, we need somebody to work here, right? Yes, we do. Even if we shut off construction, I'm okay with that for a moment. We don't need the pastures until they get some of those animals in. Our iron deposit here is just going to be eventually drained out fully. Hunting is perpetual in this town. I kind of think our hunters are going to not transport goods. Or not burgage plot anything there either. The woodcutter can stop burgage plotting. Ouch. Ow, I burned my arm and I just scratched my burn. Ow, that hurt. Whimper, whiny whine. We were building roofing tiles here, and we're using up our clay. I think we've used up all our clay now. So unless I'm mistaken, and there's clay sitting somewhere else, is there any clay? None at all. Okay, so this can go offline. In fact, we're not going to be getting more clay in here. We just import the clay, so we can just demolish that building. Another building that we do need, though, is we're going to need the weaver's shop to make the second tier clothing. No, to make the first tier clothing, aren't we? Yes. So the weaver is the one that takes flax and wool and turns it into linen and yarn. And we need yarn. Wonder if I adjust some of this stuff. We could put the woodcutter shop back there a little. And we could end up put a road in here. Let's relocate this guy to match kind of the backyard of these guys. Let's put a little backyard, a back alley. Invention of the back alley for this town. And then we'll do this. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, is it trying to tack onto something? It must be. Let's do that, and then we'll loop around like this. And then you'll go this way. Like that. Cool. And that would be a place, in fact, I could put in... What I'm thinking is we put a weaver like right in here or here. I could move the sawmill or saw pit over to behind here as well. Saw pit. Now the recent changes have changed the hill build ability. If that makes sense. So we got to watch that so we don't get caught up on that. We have oxen that should be moving lots of goodies still, so that's great. I think our vegetable gardens are going to be okay here. I'm going to change this one that is a goat field over to a vegetable field. So we have the 5 of them running veggies, and these 5 I think are goats. Oh. 3 chickens, 2 goats. Over here, we don't have them. What here? No, no, no. Chicken, chicken. Okay. Let's go chickens and goats. So let's just go chickens up here. Let's continue the chickens on the north and the goats on the south. Works for me. We do have a lot of leather production here. Band of raiders. Okay. Hold on. Goats, please. Goat. Goat. Noisy goats. Oh, hi. Goat. And goats. And actually, we could probably make one of these instead of goats. We could make one of these into a sheep herder. No, yeah, not a sheep herder. Clothing maker. All right, there was a combat band of raiders seen near Ravenhold, huh? Where? Enemies spotted? Down in the south port of Ravenhold. Okay. Well, we're gonna muster the. We're not even gonna muster the retinues from the other provinces. The capital will take care of its defenses here. I'm gonna get you, and you to muster down here, please. Right here. And Ravenhold's own militia or retinue can also join in here. All right. Go, boys, go. Wait, why is our retinue? Oh, our retinue is 24? Good. You're gonna go into a dead run along this road, please. Somewhere in here. There. Okay. Now that is, they're in these forests somewhere. Hopefully they keep coming towards our town. Yeah, they're running towards town to try to burn everything. Don't burn the forest, okay, buddy? That would be the most devastating they could be. In here we have an extra family can go under the berries. Good. We got somebody hunting. Good. All right. Let's see how these armies all muster. Where are you guys? I told you to muster. Why are you not rallying? I definitely clicked the rally button. I didn't notice that they hadn't rallied. Okay. Whoa, are you already instantly exhausted? What? You had full energy coming into that. Okay. Let's not run then. Enemy spotted, enemy spotted, enemy spotted. Oh yeah, you do have to run. This is going to be a battle in the forest. Okay.
Pick up the pace.
That's going to be fine like that. You're going to come in somewhere in here. Actually, this guy should be back in here.
Faster! Sire, I lead your orders.
Run until we get up to here, boys.
Run!
Let's do it. Oh, they're rallying from all over the place. That's great. Enemy spotted, enemy spotted. Yeah, we're not going to get to the field in time. They have the speed advantage here.
Move quickly! Yes, sire! Men! Pick up the pace! Kill them! Orders!
You guys come right out in front. Come on, move faster.
I lead!
We have a wider range on the archers than before, so if we can get them just in enough space to be able to get involved, that would be great. This dude is running through the backwater here. which is annoying. Oh, actually, I don't want you guys to flank, so let's do that. Just run down the road, dudes. It's a freaking road. Use it. Alright, let's get in on this batch here. Archers, fire in on the back group if you can, safely. Rush them. Get involved, boys. Get involved. Go around, go around. Hit that one. Smush him. Yes. Fire. Stop firing. Excellent. Minor battles. This guy can be disbanded, please. Come on, knock him out. There we go. Everybody back home. Get back to work, kids. Now, what we do need to do is tend to the graveyard. Do we have a graveyard? Oh, we had a graveyard. No? Maybe that was on our first live stream. We don't have a graveyard here, really. Okay. We do have the church has, needs some peoples in it in case we have somebody of our own that died there. And then we go to, is it residential? Yes, and put a graveyard in right here. Darn right. Let's make that happen. Well, good defense, gentlemen. Good defense. Lovely day. Alright, we are short on hunters here again. Let's up our hunting. It is a long haul to get there. Unassigned families in Ravenhold, huh? Really? Oh, right, because I put them to work in the other fields. Oops. Where can I drag somebody out of? I'm not making planks at all right now. Really. I'll take one off the woodworking for now. So they can get that building done. They will be more efficient if I start tweaking down the number of people that are sending stuff to market, but very low productivity day. We had a little bit of a battle and a whole overhaul of the explanations and new way of thinking about what's going on in town. These guys should be able to upgrade now. Excellent. Our first upgrade there. That'll be a tier 2. Let's set up this village here, or this marketplace here. It's going to only accept iron and slab, and it can have some planks as well, I think, because they'll need planks probably. I'm not sure what else they'll need for helmets and stuff, but probably just the helms, just the metals. I don't want any of this stuff here except for tools. That should do. We might need... No, let's not put planks there for now. Let's not put planks there for now. This storehouse can have people at the market stall. Yeah, that's fine. And we will upgrade it as well, volume-wise. Okay. So we are turning some of our product into... not tools, into iron slab. So we've already started the iron slab process. Once this burgage plot gets upgraded, we'll be able to turn that into our first armorer's shop. That's exciting. Well, thanks everybody for joining me. Hope you have yourselves a great rest of the day. Hit that like button before you head out, won't you? Look at that. We got food. We got varieties of things covering properly. It's amazing. Such a huge update. Excellent and a lot more fun to play now. Have yourselves a great rest of the day. See you in game.